So this is the part that we are at right now. Yeah, I just got a little bit of beautification done, and we worked on the cab mostly and did a few other things. So here we go. So before we start modeling on part 5, I believe, of the hydraulic excavator, somebody on Blender Artist posted this .blend up because someone was actually asking how to rig hydraulic arms, and so yeah, this will essentially be similar to the effect of the pistons, the hydraulic rams that we have. It just won't be a telescoping action like that. Just something I thought I'd show off. Anyways, let's get back into working on our vehicle here. Alright, cool. So yeah, last time we just made the rollers really quick. I say that ironically, it actually took an hour and a half to make those and finished off the substructure. As you can see from this view, it's gonna need some cleaning up once you get into detail mode, obviously, but everything's starting to get blocked in, and I added in that support area that'll need some cutting out, and the substructure will need some cutting out for the rollers too, but I'm keeping things simple for now so that things can be edited more along the way. And I also came up with a new way to create rams, which I just threw off to the side for right now. But anyways, yeah, I don't know if anyone's too interested in this. I haven't had any responses. There's been a decent amount of views, but no responses whether people are saying they're actually enjoying it or not. So I don't know. Either way, I'm building it, so I might as well be recording it. So, whoops, solid. I'm gonna jump right into getting some modeling done. So I am gonna model this support here that goes on the right side, and then it looks like into the middle of the bucket or so. So I'm gonna do this as two separate pieces. This should be fairly easy. I'm actually gonna start off with a circle this time for once. Oh, and then I'm gonna start cleaning up our outliner here, because that's too many parts for my liking. Alright, cool. Now we'll just start tracing again, essentially. Scale on the Y, -1. And rotate this roughly to that area. That should do for now, and that'll make it easy to make quads, because essentially we have a circle we can use, and circles are quite easy to make quads with. So now we just need to line that up. Actually looks like it's in a great position where it is. Yeah. I'm gonna turn off these rams. And the bucket, or the knuckles, sorry. And the bucket. And the main body. See, I have too many parts, I don't know where to look for things. So it looks like there's actually two of these, one on each side, that simply connect this this ram to, or from here to here, and then Another one goes out to inside of the bucket. Essentially, there's one of these on each side, and then there's the central ram, which comes down into the inside of the bucket. So that's gonna obviously be these ones here. I'm just trying to decide where. I can't tell how or where that other one goes in. It's gotta be central, unless it's this piece right here. And there's 2 pins in there, possibly. That's the only other way I can think of it to work. 'Cause it looks like that's almost a pin right there, right in the middle of there. So that looks like that'd be the start of it. And possibly this is the end, or no, that's a pin there too. I bet if I put my cursor there, yep, that is a pin. And then if I put my cursor up there, yeah, it connects right in the middle there, those 2 pins. So that is some sort of support piece in the middle there that is pinned. So it's a weird shape. So we're gonna have to consider that. Anyways, let's finish these off. All we gotta do is grab them over a bit and then extrude them in. Then I am going to go to solid mode quickly and check my normals and fill everything in. For now, just filling in n-gons for simplicity's sake. Alright, cool. Hey, perfect. It looked like it actually works for once. Just double check. Close to it anyways. Alright. Now, I am going to do the same things I did with the boom supports, and I'm going to create an instance copy. Ooh. Alt D. And then just move it along the X to about right there. I'll be ready to rock and roll. I'm going to go turn off my heater. You know it's cold out when your brand new house can't keep up. Its heater can't keep up with the cold outside. So, just trying to decide how this works. Is it just one internal pin, or is it this entire thing that's pinned? Just trying to think of this structurally. Ooh, those got all messed up. What the heck happened? Okay, now they're in the right position. Weird, Blender. Must be because I'm using a daily build. I should probably update to the latest. It's 10 days old now. I guess the bucket has its own support of some sort. And then the ram comes down to here. We already figured that... Actually, that doesn't make it any easier. The ram actually connects to the bottom one. Oh, right, so that can pivot. And so that would be what I would guess to be the bottom of the ram. Somewhere in there. And then we have this pin. This just does not make perfect sense to me. I can roughly see this line here, but I don't know if that's just a drawing. It looks like possibly these connect to these side ones. Oh, just thinking. And those go from inside the ram to inside. They connect back, or from the knuckle to the ram. So let me actually turn on the last knuckle. Oh great, we gotta deal with that offset too. That's gonna be great fun. Might as well move our front image over, I guess. Take note, everyone, I'm making a major change. So yeah, positive 0.120 in the X direction in the front view. That'll line everything up. Then we can grab both of these and move them back over. Like I said, this doesn't look like the way I thought it would. It looks like it goes inside. This drawing is extremely confusing because it looks like these two are on the outside of the cylinder. If I turn on the cylinder, okay, so yeah, those connect up there. Then I guess this must be the inner ones. And then yeah, there's that pin there, and that's that giant support. So that must be how that works. It just doesn't make sense to me. Because it's showing these ones as being inner, and this is being, or outer, and this is being, this as being inner. So realistically, we gotta bring these in. It doesn't make sense to me, but it makes sense to me, you know? Maybe I'll leave them where they are for now. What I'll do is, because this is just getting to be ridiculous, I'll just duplicate one. I'm gonna make another instanced. I'm gonna call this lower triangle bucket support dot low triangle bucket support high triangle bucket support high dot 1. Alright, and then I'm just gonna rotate this into position. Maybe that'll help me visualize. The drawing is wrong, or I just haven't figured this out yet. So I am going to assume that there is also a second one of these. Something like that. See, but then it gets in the way of the RAM potentially. Ugh. Oh, we'll see when we get to that, when we cross that point. For now, I think it'll work just fine. If we turn on solid and unhide everything, I think that makes realistic sense enough. Because we'll have the RAM connection there, which everything just pivots off of when it pushes. Everything just pivots. And when it pulls, everything pivots back. So yeah, that does make sense. It does make sense to me having these on the outside too. So we might change that around. Makes sense to me structurally, and because then it wouldn't ever have a chance of interfering with the RAM or the knuckle. The knuckle could, in theory, go right through there. But then I would have to take these and scale them out. Maybe I'll leave it like that for now, just to leave myself that reminder. So there, that's the bucket supports. Not finished, but blocked in. And what else do we have to block in? The drive wheels. The little handles and mirrors and stuff, that'll be finishing touches. Yeah, really just the drive wheels, I guess. Never noticed that was down angled so much. I guess because I said I was just blocking everything in. Wonder what happens if I edit this and grab these verts down. Looks like it messes things up a little bit. No, that actually works for now. It's just a weird face is all. What I would do is I would delete that face. only faces. And just, whoops, fill this back in. There. Contours to the blueprints a little better. I turn that off. How did I do that? Huh. Anyways, yeah. But I'm not getting into the details right now because that's gonna be hours in itself. I guess we might as well figure out these drive wheels. So start hiding things so they don't get in my way. Everything except what we need. Might as well turn the tracks off too. We'll keep the Bezier curves as a reference, but it won't do us much good. Well, we might as well start with the back one since it'll be the easiest. Back ones. So I'm in right view. I'm just going to add a mesh circle. F6, align to view. Ah, it's even the right diameter almost. Just trying to figure this out. It really looks like this has no teeth, which would actually very, very, very much simplify things. It looks like, if I turn on the treads, it looks like it actually rides along this inner channel here, just like the idlers do. That doesn't really make sense to me, again, from a structural and mechanical standpoint, but in terms of making things easier to model, I would say give it to me. In that case, we would have to do a little bit of curve manipulation to get things perfect, because it would have to touch the inside of the tread on all sides, which I don't think it will with the stock way I have this set up. We can rotate it a few degrees. 5. We'll rotate it one section of the triangle, or the circle, sorry. And that looks like it almost touches. It could be a little bit bigger. That needs to be way bigger. And that could be bigger. So yeah, if I move it over a little bit, down a hair, whoops, and then scale a hair. Won't matter too much if it shows it going through. That's just not centered at all, but neither is our treads. Like I said, we would have to go and edit that if we wanted to make this exact to the drawings, which we could do later. For now, like I said, I'm just going to take that. I'm simply going to fill that. It already is filled. Oh no, it's not. It's still in object mode. I'm going to give this our rubber material. Gotta flip to normal. Yep. Bring it in this way. Figure out where exactly. We'll actually use back view for once. I haven't really used the back view yet. Oh, we got a lot of mess here. Substructure, no. Idler structure, yes. Turn that off and turn off the tracks. Doesn't. Oh yeah, I guess the treads would be in the way. It doesn't show us how wide it is. That makes sense. I guess we just kind of have to guess. Use our best intuition. So I guess it would just touch this rubber pieces on the inside. So just gonna get it just right. Nah, doesn't have to be perfect. That'll work. Actually, you know what? I'll just grab along the X and then I'll just snap to that point. Since I said I'd be using a lot of vertex snapping, I will. I'll do the same for here. I will snap to that point. That should give us a drive wheel. Yep, perfect. I'm gonna call that done for now. We'll add in the details later. So I'm gonna instance this again. I don't know what I did actually. An object mode, I'm gonna go Alt D to create an instance copy. Circle 001. This is drive wheel rear dot L. This is drive wheel front dot L. So GY, move it up to the front there. And we will GY until it touches, or almost touches, the inside of the track there. Like I said, we might have to extend that a little bit. I did not see that in hindsight. That one's fine where it is. This one needs to be moved forward just a hair till things start to touch. Perfect, alright. Now we can take both of those. I haven't turned on smooth shading yet either, so none of these look real smooth, I guess. But anyways, I'm gonna Alt D instance copy those and then drag them GX over there. And then I'm gonna grab GX and hold down Control to that point. I hope everything lines up. So this is drive wheel front dot R. This is drive wheel rear dot R. Let's see if everything lines up. GX. Yep, perfect. Test this one. GX. Perfect. Everything lines up in that degree. Yeah, I like it. Looks pretty good. For now, anyway. I don't know if I want those rubber necessarily. Maybe I will instead brush stainless or something. So it will be a shiny color eventually. Yeah, it looks good enough for now. Alright. Cool. That fills that in. It's starting to look like something. So really, I think other than any details, we have everything blocked in. So now the question is, do I start adding details or do I start making it riggable? Since the arm is going to be the main thing that moves, and since this all really just moves at one and things just rotate simply, that all is easy enough. Ooh, it's going into the substructure too. I'll make sure to change that to edit that. Anyways, since the arm is the only thing that's really going to be moving, maybe I get to work on that. This is really gonna bore you guys though. I'm just gonna hide everything except this. Whoops. Voltage. So yeah, hide everything except for that. And that means since, well, I guess it's already the proper thickness. Just doesn't show it on, I guess it doesn't show it because this one does go over top of it. You just can't tell unless you're in solid. So we need to start cutting pieces out and beveling and blah blah blah. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start turning this into quads essentially. So I guess I don't need the photo or the blueprint references really anymore. Tap into edit mode. Get rid of all, those are already quads, which is great for now. Get rid of these faces and start deciding how I'm going to do this. It's going to be real fun. Oh boy. Not looking forward to this. Wonder if I can just triangulate everything. As I said, I wanted this to be able to go into game engines. I wonder if triangles would ruin everything. Triangulate. Wonder how ugly that gets, if at all. Solid object mode. That's fine, but then if I went to shade smooth, I bet you I'd get artifacting. Let's give it an edge split modifier and see what happens. No, come on. Oh, there is even a triangulate add-on. And then you could... Huh. Never used it before. Anyways, if I added an edge split... Actually, that works out. You don't even notice the triangles. And then I can still edit the faces, and triangles are always better than quads in terms of having it for game development. What happens if I add a subsurf? Yeah, then we start getting issues. So we would have to manually do everything by hand. I guess I might as well just keep that. We'll triangulate it in the end. What we'll do now... I really didn't want to do that though. That's kind of a really sloppy way to do it. Although from a distance... everything does look fine. I'm happy with the way those look. Well, let's see what happens when we start adding details. For example, I want to inset these faces a little bit. So I am going to inset to to about there. That gives me quads to work with. I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm just going to go Shift R to repeat. I'm going to take both of those, scale along the X. Well, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to extrude along the X, but that's, I'm going to have to do one at a time. So, take this, extrude along the X. We will go 0.1. That looks a little big to me. Oh, negative 0.1. Try it though. Extrude along the X. 0.1 positive. Alright. Let's see if that can still be triangulated and look fine. Because my ultimate goal, yeah, is to have it look like that, essentially. I would like to have these surfaces smoother, but a little bit of a mechanical look doesn't hurt either, you know? They don't spend hundreds of hours smoothing everything out. And lots of this won't be visible anyway, so what happens if I hit triangulate? I want to wireframe first. Ooh, that does do a fairly good job, let's be honest. It triangulates where it needs to, and it leaves quads. Oh no, it does triangulate that. Just can't tell hardly. I'm not sure. I've never used this modifier, so I really don't know what the difference is. I don't think there'd really be any much of a difference in the way it looks, it appears. And if I just go into edit mode and select all and hit Control T, basically does that. It looks fine to me. So yeah, maybe I'll add all the details and triangulate last. Alright. Well, let's unhide everything and start working on that then. Yeah, that looks like that may be a little bit deep of a cut, but we'll see when we get there. So, edit mode, do the same thing. Inset. How much did I inset that? I guess we're just gonna have to eyeball it. I guess we'll do 0.1 all over. We'll start using an actual value now. And we'll extrude along the X, negative 0.1. Anyway, inset 0.1, extrude along the X, 0.1. Ah, come on. 0.2. So I'm doing this, I'm basically just cutting out so the rollers will fit. So I'm going to go into wireframe. I'm going to extrude along the Z. Get 0.2 in each direction. Negative 0.2, that is. That'll give the rollers room to roll, or the idlers, sorry. It's a little far to me. But I think unless you're doing close-up, you can't really tell. That does give it a better look, I bet. Yeah, it looks a heck of a lot better. Still a little big though. Maybe I should hit that. Just bring it up to the bottom of the line, or the bottom of the idlers. Well, like so. I should have instance copy those. That would have made it nice. Now do the same here. Inset 0.2. Extrude along the Z to the bottom of the rollers. Well, I'm at it. I might as well cut those in. Although I'm not entirely sure that size will stay. It'd be easier just to take the face and move it in a little bit. Oh, those are in the way too, eh? Shoot, son of a gun. Well, these are on the same layer. I never knew that. I forgot about that. So I can do that easily. Other than using the knife, I'm gonna have to bring these lines up, I guess, and then cut that out too. So this is why I add details in last, because things start to get very, very busy looking. Grab those and those and move them up. I should have 8 selected, yeah. That'll work just fine, I believe. It's just a matter of cutting them in now. That would look a little ridiculous. So this is where artistic freedom can come into play a little role. And move them up even further so it looks more structurally sound. And then I'm going to take this bottom face. Oh, things are getting really busy. I'm going to inset that 0.2. I believe is the same size we need. Yep, that leaves room for the idler brackets. Perfect. And then I'm going to go into wireframe. And we need to extrude along the Z. We need to extrude along the Z into an American. 0.3 units. Yeah, you'll never see that anyway. But that's... Oh, microphone falling. Front face here, that's really gonna be a bitch. I'll have to cut that out manually, really. That's all I can think. I guess I could well... I guess that does start to create the starting geometry, and then take these two edges, well, go one at a time since I can't see. Move it just in, and I'm going to delete that edge. Delete that edge. Delete that edge. Whoa. Yeah, delete that edge. Then I just gotta continue with that, which should be straight down, so no, it's not. Great. Alright, it's at an angle, I forgot. Shoot. Well, at least it follows that angle still. So I'm just snapping to there and then grabbing back along the Y to that point. Or along the X, sorry. That will give me the same angle. I should be able to just fill that back in. Oh, I guess I might as well just dissolve that. Then I can fill that back in. And we have quads again. Thank goodness. Alrighty. Now do that to the other side. And then there's only 4 more remaining. Whoopee. Alright, so... I'm gonna go by eye, kind of. And then I'm gonna use my snapping to get everything lined up. X and Z directions. Ooh, and Y apparently. Then that will need filling in again. I think I might have forgot about that on the other side. In fact, I think a lot of things got deleted. Not that you ever see it, but let's see if we can fill that back in. Well, I guess we can't until we get the other side done. Yeah, I didn't fill that back in either. That whole back face has gotta go. See you later. Now this one really needs some cutting, not so much for the roller, for the drive wheel. The easiest way to do this would just be to, I'm in line mode, grab all this, not that one, move it all way in. that in a bit. And then just cut out for this here. This is where actually edge loops do come in handy. Maybe we should start doing edge loops. It'll add a ton of geometry, but make things easier. Undo all that. Cool. Let's see what happens. This would be the proper way to be doing this, but I just don't know if it's going to work out. Yeah, once I go and start creating funny geometry, then we run into issues. Doing that has got to come to there. Oh, this is some ugly geometry. Yeah, what a mess. Well, I guess it'll never really be seen. I don't really want to be triangulating right now either. Well, they have a choice though. Alright, that's that again. Now let's see how easily I can cut this in. I'm sure people that do vehicle modeling every day are laughing at me saying, oh, you can do this so easily. That's got to move back like really far. I'm just going to delete that entirely. Okay, maybe not that far. looks like it could be a cheap and easy almost solution. Just not the bottom is fixed. This has got to be solved here. So hopefully I can just extrude along the Z, then grab along the Y to get the same angle. Fill that in. And then fill this imaginary quad in. Check with the other side. Yeah, that's off too. None of this will really be seen, but I am a perfectionist. Told you that before. That's probably fine where it is. No, it goes through pretty bad. We'll bring it just up, barely out. You know what? I probably just grabbed that. No, I'm gonna have to remake that hole. That'd be one way to do it, and then just remove doubles after. That's ugly as hell. That'll work for me. You won't see anything, so I'll call it good enough. Since I don't want to do that again, I probably should just duplicate it to the other side. Oh, how easy it is to delete hours of work. So I just gotta want to make it instance copy this time. Just line everything up. Luckily, we have a good lineup point. It just has to come till it reaches there. It should be perfect. As close to perfect as it needs to be. Cool. Works for me. Alright, well, since everything's starting to look prettier, I am might as well work on the cab. I haven't touched that in forever. Get rid of all this ugly ass glass. Whoa, hey. Ooh, did I? No. where the fun really begins. I guess just duplicate a vertex. Delete all faces, only faces. Yeah. Delete these front lines. Not those ones. Those are probably fine the way they are. And then we'll just trace that in. I'm going to see how good Blender's triangulation is in terms of creating game objects. I'm not going for a super subsurf model here. I'm going for more of a game object, because I'd like to use this in one of my games. Duplicate that and scale it down. Comes pretty close to giving us the window frame. Just gonna move these verts up. Let's get in there a little bit closer. Make this a little more exact. Then, I'm not gonna go too fancy, I don't think. I'm just gonna be basic. Subdivide this. Yeah. I'll subdivide that. Then GG. Hey, come on, GG. So move along there. GG to move along there. Take that and extrude downwards. Right to there. And then extrude again straight down. And take this and extrude across to this point. And now I need to create that geometry. So I'm just simply going to delete that edge. And fill that in. Quick and easy. Quick and dirty. Do the same there. Now this might not work out so perfectly, but we'll see. Should be alright. Move that in a little bit just to keep that curve. That is, in my opinion, a quick and dirty window frame. I'll just cut out the back one here. Just duplicating vertices here. This one should be a lot easier. duplicate in, whoop, shoot, reselect, scale down till one of the edges matches up. Perfect. Grab this over since it's at the same angle. Grab this over since it's at the same angle. And that I would consider done. Awesome. Alright, turn this into quads. So Blender doesn't have to. Realistically, we could do the same here. Oh, maybe not. I don't want to go and create extra geometry right now. We'll have a few n-gons to fix up, but not a big deal. Alright. Oh joy, that was already filled in. Alright, so we need to select this all. Use the brush tool. I'm going to duplicate it, right click, go to front view, and then GX and just line it up on that side. Since it's duplicated on the other side exactly. I've already looked at the drawings a lot. So then I could take everything and refill it in. But then I have to work on the fronts again. That's gonna get ugly. Filling everything is gonna get ugly here. That is gonna be a problem. Might have to do this the easy way and delete this entire half. And fill all this in. Ah, son of a bitch. Yeah, I want to fix that manually after, so I'm going to leave that and gone. Nah, that still creates ugly ass faces. I don't even know which one. What's that one? Yeah. What would be the best way to do this? I could subdivide this. GG. Move it right into the middle somewhere there. I could subdivide this. Do the same and fill that in. And just fill in that geometry. It's this that's gonna be a bitch. It's even selecting every single bird. Oh, just do a loop select. And filling it in. Let's try grid fill. Yeah, edge of vertex cat definitely mismatches. That's what I wanted. Perfect. Now we just need to calculate the normals. And check what if they're backwards, and they are, so we're just going to flip them. Hey, what happened? There we go. Alright. Now, to duplicate that, actually, you know what? First, we gotta make all those black. Ah, shit. So that will be body paint flat black. And then we'll take the inside and see if we can't make some faces. Nope. Edge loop. Perfect. Oh, come on. That's not what I wanted. Works, I guess. Delete that face. Yep, perfect. It's gonna be glass. That's gonna be glass. Alright, that looks a bit better. I'm liking where this is going, other than the awful topology, but triangles are fine with me as long as it doesn't cause artifacts. So now I can duplicate that. Grab along the X till it lines up where we want it. Which isn't there. Which isn't there. Which isn't there. Which is right there. Yeah. Yep. Let's see if we can do a grid fill. Closed loops unsupported. To fill that in manually, great. Well, get on your filling clothes, kids. Thank God those are all flat faces. At least that geometry I kept. It's the front window that worries me. That is not going to be fun to model. Well, wouldn't be the hardest thing in the world to curve, but maybe we could cut it in with a knife. I should try that. I don't use the knife as much as I should. Let's see what happens. I don't think it creates new geometry though. But I can't tell you because, like I said, I never really use it. Hey, what do you know? I just became a fan of the knife. Awesome. I'm gonna have to start using that tool more often. That made a heck of a job of that. Just zoom in. Full screen. Yep, I just became the biggest fan of the knife tool. Why did I never why did I never use it before? Probably the stupidest thing ever. Here I am. I've been using Blender for ages, and I've never really used the knife tool. Yeah, I've used the multi-cut tool in Maya, but never really used the knife tool in Blender. Now let's see how that looks. That is not too bad. So these faces can all become one, but they are nice quads right now. That's the bright thing, is that creates perfect geometry. Nice clean quads. What is that face though? Oh, that one isn't perfect. We have a small problem. Although maybe it's just the origins of the faces. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it looks fine actually. It's just weird looking. Anyways. Should have limit selection of visible turned off. On, I guess. Those normals are backwards too. Anyways, let's give that its color just so that we can tell. Turn this into some glass quickly. Let's take a look at the back. I am going to use the knife tool again and see what the heck happens. Not that I really need to, I could just do an edge loop cut, but That makes for a quick and dirty window. Ah, shoot. And that looks like it should make a quick and dirty window frame. I'll actually be using the rubber on that, I think, the rubber material after, but not a big deal. Cool, now it's just the top one. Yes, there's a top window too. Now how did we get... Oh, those are just those empties. Wow. That is hard to see. I better turn off some of these tracks. Ooh, those idlers get in the way too. I think I can see enough though. My newfound love of the knife tool. I've used it before to cut through things, but heck, I think I've even used it in this tutorial. I just never used it in this way. Yeah, that's some ugly geometry. That's the only problem that I'm having. What the heck? There's nothing to cut there. Did it cut something out? Yes, it cut a hole in the top. That's not what I intended. See, that's what I've used it for before. See, it doesn't make the best geometry in the world, but it works. Well, son of a gun, it created another hole. Like I said, which is what I've used it for before, but not what I want it for right now. Oops. Alright, that is the cab in my opinion. Just gotta flip some normals around. Ooh. Should probably create a floor there too. Since that's just a quad, we can fill that in easy, thank goodness. Alright. Normals time. Whoa. More microphone falling time. What time is it? Oh shit, I gotta go. Alright, I lied. I can keep going for a few more minutes. Just gotta fix these normals. Hopefully they can be recalculated. Yep, cool. Alright. Now it's another hour and a half that I've recorded. Jeez. I'm quick. I'm gonna leave that where it is for now because I'm not entirely sure where I want to go with things. I'm the type of person who will go and end up deleting hours of work just to get one little thing perfected. Anyways, I think I'm gonna leave that there for now. In the next one, we will give this some depth if I decide I want to keep it like that. Sorry. Maybe start forming the interior, giving some more detail work to everything, like we did in the booms here. But I need to get the rams modeled correctly so that at least it looks whole, and then we need to cut a hole inside the bucket so it doesn't look retarded like that. But yeah, basically, just after that, I'm gonna start adding detail, like I said, like I did to the knuckles here. Give everything some beveling, some filleting. Let's make everything look pretty. So yeah, that is where we are at for now. So we will see you next time. Thanks for watching another video from the team here at BlenderTech.com. If you enjoyed this video and learned something, please like it. Don't forget to subscribe for more Blender, Unity 3D, Photoshop, and all sorts of other videos. If you didn't like something for some reason, don't just leave. Instead, leave a comment as to why you did not like something, or email us at info@BlenderTech.com so that we can improve our models from here, or improve our videos, from here on out. That's it for now, and don't forget to remember, create your way.